You take these kids on these international trips. So, like, what happens when they go there?
It's really interesting because
what do you see happening?
What I see is them. It's almost like a light bulb moment where they get it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I see now that in this country we live this way,
right?
But over here people live like this. And I also think one of the things that I try to get them to understand is how very fortunate we are to live in this country.
Yeah.
Because we have exponential wealth in this country compared to a lot of other places.
Yeah.
But our culture is also driven by different things. You know, you go to Europe and people don't watch TV the amount that we spend in front of the television.
Right.
At all. They watch a lot of American TV because they don't produce the kind of TV that we produce here.
Well, they only do like 6 episodes in a season and then it's over.
It's over.
You know, then what are you going to watch?
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to France and if you go out to dinner for an evening, that is the event of the evening.
The whole evening, yeah.
That is the whole evening
Right,
because it takes hours
Right.
to get through all those courses. And that in of itself is an event. We're here for us to go out to eat is just a portion of what our evening might be.
Right. Well, and we go out to eat just for just because that's just how we get food.
That's just exactly. Yeah. That's how we get food.
Yeah.
And you know how we all, especially here in Texas, we have elbow room. I mean, our houses are large.
Oh, yeah.
They're spaced far apart. You know, you go to Europe, and I have this happen even for me. You know, by the end of the 30 days that I may be there, I'm starting to feel a little confined. I need a little elbow room.
Yeah.
And
I remember the first time I stood on the sidewalk and looked at a cafe in Paris and thought, I don't even know how I'm supposed to get in there to sit in that chair. That's all the on the side, all the tables lined up and the chairs, and I'm thinking, and there's people sitting here and people sitting here and people sitting there. And there's an opening right there, and I thought, I don't know how the hell am I even supposed to. But then. But you do. You just sort of like do this thing where you get through, which is we're not used to doing that.
We're not used to that, and they're very used to bumping into each other and pardon me, and you climb all over and whatever. They're used to that. Where that's that kind of crosses our boundaries a little bit.
Like if you're if you're in church and like somebody's got to get out the pew because like. It's a really awkward situation.
It's
like,
very awkward.
Do I go this way? Do I stand up? Like, what do
exactly,
I like?
Exactly.
And try
we cannot touch each other.
Right. And if I'm the one that's trying to sneak out, right? Like I have to. You don't want to like
touch anybody.
And do I go like with my front facing the people, or do I go with my back? Like, do they get to see my butt go by, or like what's
yeah.
What's
In what's
Europe,
the protocol here?
They don't worry about any of that in Europe. No.
No. And they're all bunched together, and they're very used to it. And one of the things, I have not been to any of the Asian countries, and that it's a goal for me because I'm one of those people that my personal bubble is kind of big. I'm like, back up, Jack. But I want to go over there where they literally are on your six all the time. I mean, they live on top of each other, and they live with many, many generations in one small apartment. And I'm very intrigued by that.